to talk about the usage of iPad in the classroom. Basically, how it has helped me as a teacher ease my lesson and make it more interactive and fun for my students. So basically, my school introduced iPad at the beginning of this term, and students were given an iPad I think a month later. So I found iPad usage to be really helpful. Of course, it was a challenge in the beginning, but through Apple Classroom over here, this app here, I get to organize the students according to class. So when I'm in class, I just open this app, and all my students, for example, all my students are already here, and when I'm in class, it will all be online, and I can also view their screens as to what they are doing. If they are not following my lesson, I can always lock them over here, this button over there, which is gray now because I have no students at the moment. And then at the end of the class, I just end my class and I get to see a summary of what they have been doing and where they have been, what they have not been doing per my instruction. So this is how I monitor my class through Apple Classroom. And then I use Google Classroom to make sure that they have submitted their assignments. Alright, for example, I have a homework for the year 10s, which is due, I think, somewhere this week. So the instruction is clear that they have to answer, and I've already airdropped the assignment to them, so they all have the assignments with them. So it makes it easier, and also just have to share any new if let's say I finished chapter 2, I just have to upload the slide here and it's a done deal. They can see it in their iPad. So that is easier compared to just the desktop. I have to plug in my pen drive, and then I have to transfer the file. All this you take maybe 10 to 15 minutes, whereas the iPad I can just do it in less than 1 or 2 minutes, which is helpful because I have a few classes to teach. Alright, so usually during each beginning of every lesson, just one lesson per week. If I have like 3 lessons in that class, I only use Kahoot like for one lesson. I've already talked about Kahoot in my previous video. So what I do is I've already like set the quizzes that I want to test them before my lesson, and I just do this as a warm-up, and also to do a recap before a recap of the lesson before. So that is Kahoot. I also upload all my slides that I want to teach. For example, I just taught about martial art yesterday, so the slides are all here. All I have to do is just click it, and then I'm good to go. I just have to press play, and this will be mirrored to the Apple TV that is installed in all our classrooms. So it's actually very easy, and I can just use YouTube whenever I want. I can teach, I can just show them anything, and it's less than 30 minutes as compared to when I did not have the iPad. Usage of iPad, of course, has its own disadvantages. It's difficult to monitor some naughty students, but that is how we lock their iPads, or we confiscate them, and then they get it by the end of the day, or if they still do it 3 times in a row, then their parents would have to come in. But it's easy to monitor. Everything is here. I have some apps that I've just tried on, like Padlet, where my students, I just post a question and then they answer them. And if I, as a teacher, need a reminder, if something pops up, I just go to my notes and write it down. It's very easy, and I think using iPad has enabled my teaching to be more, to be smooth, interactive, and also manageable. So that is my take on the usage of iPad in classroom.